Dr. Mike Foley from Bluetooth.
Aging Dr. Foley.
Dr. Foley. Dr. Foley. Dr. Foley's at another panel. Hopefully he'll be here before it's over.
I think we can get her done. It's just Gerard and myself.
I think you guys have to
Do our best. So I think this is an interesting panel because at Men's Health, where I sort of started out for a while. There we go, there's my first one. We've always been about serving the reader. We found that to be a strategic advantage because as more and more magazines hit the newsstand, more and more streams of attention are available. Things that directly relay back to the reader. I'm getting a set of two hands. What does that mean? Is that an air traffic control? Don't start it. Oh, okay. Well, we're going to keep on keeping on with our spiel, and hopefully by the time everybody's here at the party, we'll have a full disco for you. But anyway, getting back to what I was saying, we serve the reader. You'll find the word "you" on the pages of the magazine more than any other publication, and that's important because in this day and age, there is a duel going on for mind share, and things that help people, whether through health and fitness or through service journalism, helping them figure out how many hours are left in the day by putting their thumb underneath the sun. That's what they'll keep coming back to, because people are, by and large, self-interested. And to preface this conversation, I know it's called The Rise and Fall of the Couch Potato. I don't think the couch potato is dead. Black Ops went to $1 billion in something like 2.5 months. So I think that those gamers and those users, whether they're just sitting on their laptops or at a giant gaming PC or at a PlayStation, they're going to continue to be active in this market. What's changed is that new gamers, older gamers, more social gamers, have entered the space as well. And it's becoming a reflection of the mainstream community rather than a niche interest. So let me dispense hastily with my slides. A little bit about Rodale and what we do. We have 7 different magazines, including Men's Health, Women's Health, Prevention, Bicycling, Runner's World. We're very much about healthcare and fitness, and we've been in this space for about 50 years. Organic gardening is still part of our portfolio. We like to say that we popularized the term organic back when people were kind of mystified about what the heck that was. We also publish books. We're the largest independent book publisher in the U.S. Flat Belly Diet, Eat This Not That, and Inconvenient Truth, the South Beach Diet have been some of our success stories. And we have 25 million active customers. We've also been pretty aggressive in the digital space because we have found that people tend to use mobile devices, apps in particular, to further their lives. I mean, gaming is alive and well in that space, of course, but things like Eat This Not That will help you choose the right hamburger for lunch, or a workout app have really translated well to that space for us. And I think the healthcare and fitness channel within iTunes is pretty vibrant. We're starting to enter the Android and BlackBerry spaces as well as we see those app marketplaces grow. This is what I talked a little bit about before, just the competition for mind share. And what I'd like to point out in particular is just the total amount of leisure and sports time is about 5 hours. This is from the Bureau of Labor Statistics in 2009. Of that, watching TV is 2.8 hours. I think what we're seeing that change slightly. We're seeing what people do with that leisure time change because they want to have that rewarding activity that links them into a social unit. They want to have something they can do on the go. And we're seeing a lot of media consumption, a lot of gaming take place in mobile settings now. And this is kind of be threaded through the next 3 slides that I have here. Social gaming and mobile, what I call enablers, tend to win out. So these are apps, games, pieces of content that help people be social, that link them in through gaming mechanics, or allow them to accomplish things on the go, either burn time or extend the reach of their capabilities. So to start off with mobile, if you can make out the green line, the one that is like a giant ivory elephant tusk ascending to the heavens there, that represents the rise of mobile. The other lines represent the rise of desktop internet, such as AOL, Netscape, so on and so forth. So among iPhone and iTouch users, it's absolutely skyrocketing. 2014, there's going to be more mobile traffic than fixed traffic, and smartphone sales will top PCs in 2012. So it's important, I think, for us to be in this space and for everyone else here. I know EA is very active in the mobile space in terms of gaming. and many other manufacturers are as well. I don't really need to tell you guys that Facebook and Twitter are popular. I'll sum this slide up by letting my Twitter handle is @madbeat1 if you want to add it. And then gaming, of course, we're fighting against a perception problem. Here's a slide from South Park that shows the prototypical fat slob of a gamer, probably blasting some dudes in Call of Duty or something. That doesn't really reflect the market in this day and age. Those dudes exist. But 40% of all gamers are women. The average age of a gamer is 40 years old, and 190 million households are going to have a next generation console in 2012. And I think Miyamoto said it best: video games are bad for you. That's what they said about rock and roll. So this is this grand hypothesis I'm working toward here. Programs that are enablers in social, mobile, or gaming, preferably all three, are going to be the ones that people use most often. They're going to get off their butts. They're going to get active. They're going to be social. They're going to play Wii in their living room with their friends. They're going to post those results to Twitter or Facebook because that's what people do. That's what it means to be human. Got a couple of old versions of what we thought computers would be in this day and age. I don't know if that's the ENIAC or if that's a different one on the left-hand side. But on the right-hand side is a shot from Fritz Lang's Metropolis. We used to think that computers would evolve in this sort of anthropomorphic way. They'd become like us. They'd become robots. And I was over at the iRobot booth in the South Hall immediately before I sprinted over here. And that's not the case. Robots have emerged, computers have emerged as certainly aware of us, but we've become less aware of them by virtue of the way we incorporate them into our lives. So whether it's the Xbox Kinect, a scale that can tweet your weight, or as I've done, track my weight over the past year, despite going to the gym all the time, and you work at Men's Health. My weight hasn't changed. I'm 189 pounds now, and I was 189 pounds back then. So hopefully I've earned my fun. But anyway, yes, yeah, just wait. You know, I think Gerard may demo so the EA Active. Obviously PlayStation came out to move. Things like Fitbit and everything else really have enhanced the ability of these peripherals to sense us: sight, sound, vision, motion. Not so much taste, but probably that's a good thing. So just to quickly walk you through a couple case studies that we've done. I think 1,000 Exercises is one of the apps we've put out across both iPhone and iPad. And what's great about this app, I wish I could demo it for you, but feel free to hit me up afterwards if you want a promo code. We have a bunch of promo codes. I can give them out to you. You can try it out. I'd love your feedback. But it allows you to browse through 1,000 different exercises. You can build your exercises on the iPad, and then you can port them over to the iPhone to use them at the gym. I haven't yet seen anyone with a giant iPad strapped to their arm at the gym, although I've seen some people with those massive can headphones running on the treadmill, which just must be sweaty and gross. And so I'm sure at some point some guy's going to walk in with an iPad, rocking that out. Maybe he'll have a picture of abs on it, and you can just strap it to his chest. So that's 1,000 exercises. You know, we have a product called Men's Health Workouts as well that's a little bit lower cost. It's not as customizable. But here, the goal for us is being able to follow folks wherever they are, being able to allow them access to all the great health and fitness information that we publish in the magazine in a more mobile format, so that they're not tied down to the couch. Case study 2, we just came out with Cook This Not That. I think it's a great app. It allows them to create grocery lists. They can bring it with them to the store so that they can eat healthfully. It has a bunch of great recipes in it, and also allows them to compare. For example, I don't know what you guys had for lunch, but most of the stuff out there in the food court is scary. And if you looked it up in Cook This Not That or Eat This Not That restaurants, which we just released, you find some shocking information. For example, a half order of potato skins at TGI Fridays is 1,300 calories. Oh. But we know how to make it for 300 calories. So it's the lesser of two evils approach. It's been very successful for us.